Hello, everyone, and today is Monday, and we're excited to have you back in class. Today, we want to kind of talk about a little bit more about China, and we want to make sure that you are understanding different techniques and processes that they use to create works of art. So, how can we use an essential question? How can we use cultural influences to help us to understand about the country that we're discussing? So, the country that we're discussing is China, and we're using some of those techniques to understand more about the culture. So, let's look at that really quick. I want to kind of make sure you understand how to draw or paint a Japanese, I'm sorry, a Chinese cherry blossom. That's what you are going to do on today. You're going to make a Chinese cherry blossom. You're going to need black, white, and pink paint. But this is going to be due um, on tomorrow, which is Tuesday. So you're going to go ahead and get started today. So let's go ahead, and I want to show you a video on how to do this. Make sure you can look up Chinese characters as well to add up there. So like Chinese writing could be the symbol for love, but I'm going to share my screen and we'll talk about how to do that. All right, so let's look really quick. And I'm going to type in Chinese symbols so you can kind of see some examples of that. And right here, if you click on one of these, I just typed in Chinese symbols, but if you put one of these up there, these mean different things. So you can add that to your work, and you'll see what I'm talking about now when you look at what we're going to do. So Chinese cherry blossoms basically when I just got this off the web, I wanted to make sure you had some information on it. But cherry blossoms usually bloom sometime between late March to April, depending on where you are in China, whether it's warmer or cooler than the average year. In warmer areas of the South, for instance, you can expect cherry blossoms to bloom a little earlier than in the North. The plant of the cherry trees originated in 1912 as a gift of friendship for the people of the United States from the people of Japan. The beauty of the cherry blossom is a potent symbol equated to the evanescence of human life and the epitome of transformation of Japanese culture throughout the ages. So this really shows you the connection of that cherry blossom. And if we look here, I want you to create your own Japanese, cherry blossom. I'm just a little off today, Anna. Your Chinese cherry blossoms, and I want you to look here. I guess I must want to go to Japan. That's why I keep saying Japanese. But go ahead and just do your branches. You spread those out, and then you just have little dabs of color on the tips of these branches. You sort of spread out, wisp these sort of lines and colors and lines in here, and then you just sort of dab the paint on to create those blossoms. And you can see another example here. Notice how some areas are dark and light. So you can do this with watercolor. They'll give you that effect. And I want you to add some Chinese characters. Maybe you could put one right here on the side, right here. Just put some Chinese characters up there so it can really, really make it look like it's part of the culture. You're gonna need red, black, and white paint. Maybe white paint if you wanted to add some different various tones to make your cherry blossoms a little pink. But you can see here example of that. Now I want you to watch this video, and this is going to teach you how to do those cherry blossoms and give you some more insight. And I want you to make your own, and you're going to upload your final piece on tomorrow. Please upload your progress today. Okay.
Big news. In the next 60 seconds, I'm going to show you the fastest way to become a millionaire. Right now, there are over 1,700 new millionaires created every day in America alone, and it is more than double that across the globe.
So you see, he's just applying little dabs of color here and there, and I'm just going to fast forward so you can kind of get an idea. It's just little dabs of color here. You probably could use, he has a special brush, but you know, if you just take your time, you should be able to accomplish something similar. But just little bits of color here and there. And some areas are light, some areas are dark. So that's something to think about when you do that. Going back and adding in some darker tones just to get some more dimension and different sort of variations of color here. Continuing to add stems to it. And the more water you add to the paint, how you just splashing that water up there, that's creating those outer spots. All right, so I just want you to see how simple it is to create one of these. It looks really complicated, but if you just start off with the lighter tones and then gradually get darker as you go, it's really going to make a successful painting. And then don't forget to add those Chinese characters in there to give it some personality. So I'm really looking forward to seeing these. Make sure that you upload your progress today, and we're going to finish your final piece on tomorrow.